Have you ever looked at someone else's life and quietly thought, why don't I have what they have? Have you ever believed that happiness would finally come after a bigger house, more money, better clothes, or greater success? Many people spend their whole lives chasing what they don't have while forgetting the beautiful things they already hold in their hands. But what if the secret to a peaceful and joyful life is not getting more, but learning to truly value what you already have? Stay with me, because today's timeless story may completely change the way you look at your own life. My name is Jofa, and today I want to share a timeless story about gratitude, contentment, and the true meaning of happiness. Listen carefully until the end, because one simple lesson from this story might stay with you for the rest of your life. Long ago, in a quiet village surrounded by green hills, there lived a young farmer named Noah. He was strong, hardworking, and honest. Every morning before sunrise, he worked in his small field. He grew wheat, vegetables, and a few fruit trees. His little house was simple, but it was clean and full of warmth. Even though Noah had enough food to eat and a peaceful place to sleep, he was never satisfied. Whenever he looked at his neighbors, he compared his life with theirs. One neighbor had a larger farm. Another owned many horses. A merchant in the village wore expensive clothes and traveled to big cities. Every day Noah said to himself, "If only I had what they have, I would finally be happy." As time passed, his heart became heavier. He stopped enjoying the songs of birds. He no longer noticed the beautiful sunrise. Even family dinners became silent because his mind was always filled with what he was missing. One afternoon, an elderly woman known by everyone as Grandma Miriam arrived in the village. She wore simple old clothes, carried a wooden walking stick, and had gentle eyes that seemed full of wisdom. The villagers welcomed her warmly and offered her food. When Grandma Miriam met Noah, she noticed sadness on the young man's face. She gently asked, "Why do you look so worried?" Noah replied, "I work every day, but my life is too small. Others have so much more than I do. I cannot feel happy." Grandma Miriam smiled but did not answer immediately. Instead, she said, "Tomorrow morning, meet me before sunrise at the old oak tree outside the village." Curious, Noah agreed. The next morning, they began walking together. After a long journey, they reached the top of a high hill. From there, they could see the entire village. Grandma Miriam pointed toward a large mansion. "Do you see that rich man's house?" "Yes," Noah answered. "Go and ask him if he has peace." Noah walked to the mansion. The rich man welcomed him inside. Everything looked beautiful. Golden lamps, expensive furniture, and servants filled every room. But the rich man's face looked tired. When Noah asked if he was happy, the man sighed deeply. "I worry every night that someone will steal my wealth. I trust no one. I cannot remember the last time I slept peacefully." Noah thanked him and left. Then Grandma Miriam pointed toward another house where a successful merchant lived. Again Noah visited. The merchant had many boxes filled with gold and silver. But while talking, he admitted, "I spend my whole life traveling for business. My children have grown up without me. They hardly know who I am." Noah quietly walked away. Finally, Grandma Miriam led him to a tiny cottage on the edge of the forest. An old couple lived there. Their house was much smaller than Noah's own home. They owned almost nothing. Still, they laughed together while sharing a simple bowl of soup. When Noah asked how they stayed so cheerful, the old woman smiled. We thank God every morning because we wake up together. We have enough food for today. We have each other. What more do we truly need? Her words stayed in Noah's mind. As they walked back, Grandma Miriam stopped beside a quiet river. She picked up 2 cups. One was made of gold. The other was made of plain clay. She filled both with fresh water. "Drink," she said. Noah drank from the golden cup. Then he drank from the clay cup. The water tasted exactly the same. Grandma Miriam smiled. People spend their lives fighting for the golden cup. They forget that what truly matters is the water inside. Noah stood silently. For the first time, he understood. He had been chasing the cup instead of enjoying the water. Grandma Miriam continued, "When you keep comparing your life with others, you become blind to your own blessings. Gratitude opens your eyes. Comparison closes them." Those words changed Noah forever. From that day, he began noticing small blessings. He smiled when the morning sun touched his fields. He enjoyed eating simple meals with his family. He laughed with neighbors instead of competing with them. He planted new trees without worrying whether someone else's farm was bigger. Months passed. Something surprising happened. People started noticing that Noah looked different. Not because he had become richer, not because he owned more land, but because peace had returned to his face. One day a young boy asked him, "How did you become so happy?" Noah smiled and replied, "Nothing around me changed. Only my heart changed." Years later, Grandma Miriam returned to the village. She found Noah sitting outside his house, watching the sunset with his family. She asked, "Have you found what you were looking for?" Noah answered with a gentle smile, "Yes, I was searching everywhere for happiness, but it had been waiting inside my own home all along." Grandma Miriam nodded. The richest person is not the one who owns the most. The richest person is the one who needs the least to feel thankful. That evening, as the sun disappeared behind the hills, Noah realized something important. Every day he had wished for another life. In doing so, he almost missed the beauty of his own. Life became lighter after that. His problems did not disappear. Some seasons were still difficult.
Sometimes the rain came late. Sometimes crops failed. But his heart stayed peaceful because he had learned that happiness does not depend on perfect conditions. It depends on a thankful heart. The lesson from this story is simple but powerful. There will always be someone who has more than you. There will also always be someone who has less. If you spend your life comparing yourself with others, you will never have enough. But if you learn to appreciate what you already have, you will discover a happiness that money cannot buy. Contentment does not stop you from chasing your dreams. It simply means you enjoy today's blessings while working for tomorrow's goals. Dream bigger, work harder, but never forget to be grateful for where you are today. In real life, there is a famous story about Nick Vujicic, who was born without arms and legs. Many people believed he could never live a happy life. Yet instead of focusing on what he did not have, he focused on what he could still do. Today, he inspires millions of people around the world. His happiness did not come from having a perfect body. It came from accepting his life, being thankful, and choosing hope every single day. His story reminds us that true happiness begins inside us, not around us. If this story touched your heart and reminded you to appreciate the blessings already in your life, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Every week, we share timeless stories that inspire, encourage, and help you become a better version of yourself. Now I have one question for you. What is one blessing in your life that you often forget to be thankful for? Share your answer in the comments. I would love to read it.